Hello, Virgo. I'm Anna, and welcome to your channel, Virgo. Uh, they're hiding it. Every time they're near you, every conversation you have, every interaction where chemistry is present but unnamed, every moment where tension exists but isn't acknowledged, they're actively managing their response to you, controlling their expression, monitoring what they reveal, filtering what shows through their words and body language and energy. Because what attracts them, what genuinely turns them on about you, what creates pull they can't fully explain, what makes you different from other people they encounter feels too vulnerable to admit, too exposing to name, too risky to reveal, because revealing creates accountability, creates confirmation. They feel this creates opening for rejection if you don't reciprocate. And fear of that rejection, fear of vulnerability, fear of wanting you more than you want them, fear of shifting dynamic from safe ambiguity to risky clarity keeps admission locked inside, keeps truth hidden even as attraction operates beneath surface. But hiding doesn't eliminate attraction, doesn't stop the pull, doesn't prevent them from responding to exactly what draws them, even while they're refusing to name what draws them. So they feel it intensely, repeatedly, undeniably, while performing neutrality, while acting like you're just friend or colleague or casual interest when internal experience is anything but casual. Here's what turns them on, reveals about nature of attraction. Turns them on means physical and emotional response, both. Means not just I like them as person, means desire, means wanting, means attraction that includes body, not just mind, means pull that's sexual or sensual or romantic or all of the above, and that physical element, that body responding, that desire activating, that pull that's not purely platonic is exactly why admission feels risky, because platonic attraction is safe to acknowledge. Physical attraction creates exposure, creates vulnerability, creates stakes. About you means specific qualities, specific things you do or are or embody, not generic attraction, not you're physically attractive generally, specific elements that create response in them specifically. And specificity matters because it's personal. It's revealing what they value, what they respond to, what creates pull for them individually. And that revelation, that showing what affects them, feels like giving you power, giving you knowledge about what moves them. This reflection invites you to consider who comes to mind when reading this, who's been showing interest while claiming neutrality, whose energy toward you contradicts their words. If someone immediately surfaced, that's probably who this applies to. That's the person who's turned on but hiding it. That's the connection this message addresses. If multiple people came to mind notice which creates strongest pull, which one you're actually curious about, which one matters most, this reflection invites you to consider, what do you suspect turns them on? What have you noticed them responding to? What creates shift in their energy? What makes them more present or intense? You probably already sense it, probably have noticed their responses, even if they haven't verbalized. Your intuition likely knows what your conscious mind hasn't fully articulated. What specifically turns them on about you? Your confidence, not arrogance, not performing self assurance you don't feel, actual confidence. The moments when you're genuinely in your power, when you know your worth, when you're unbothered by others' opinions, when you take up space without apologizing, when you make decisions without seeking permission. That confidence reads as sexy, reads as magnetic, reads as different from insecurity they encounter elsewhere, reads as person who knows themselves, who won't collapse into them, who won't need them for validation. And confidence is threatening, potentially, is attractive and intimidating, draws them while making them question whether they can match your level, whether they're worthy, whether pursuing you is realistic. So they respond to confidence track when you display it, get more engaged when you're in it, while not admitting confidence is precisely what attracts, because admitting reveals their own insecurity about measuring up. Your independence, your full life, your friends and hobbies and goals and pursuits that exist completely separate from them, your wholeness that doesn't require them, your ability to be happy alone, your contentment that doesn't need relationship to feel complete. That independence creates desire because scarcity creates value, because you're not constantly available, because getting your attention feels like achievement, not entitlement, because you have boundaries, because you say no sometimes, because your world doesn't revolve around them. And independence is exactly what they know they should want, but fear simultaneously. Want because healthy, fear because makes them feel less essential, makes securing you feel harder, makes relationship feel less controllable. And so they're turned on by your independence, attracted to fact. You don't need them while afraid to admit. That's what attracts, because admission requires acknowledging they want someone who aggressed, doesn't need wanting. Your intelligence, your mind, the way you think, your perspectives, your ability to challenge them intellectually, your knowledge in areas they don't know, your articulation, your wit, your capacity to keep up or exceed their intellectual pace. Intelligence is attractive when it matches or exceeds theirs, creates respect that becomes attraction, creates wanting to engage, creates conversations that stimulate, creates sense of partnership between equals, not dynamic, where one educates the other. And intelligence is intimidating for people who aren't secure, who need to be smartest, who measure worth through being most knowledgeable. Your intelligence threatens that hierarchy while attracting them. So they're turned on by your mind, seek conversations with you, engage more when you challenge them, get animated when you demonstrate expertise while afraid to admit intelligence attracts, because admission reveals they value being challenged, not just validated. Your mystery. What they don't know, what you don't reveal, the parts of your life they don't have access to, the thoughts you don't share, the history they can only guess at, the depths they sense but can't confirm. Mystery creates intrigue, creates desire to know more, creates pursuit energy, creates fascination, creates wanting to be person you open to, creates investment in discovering what's hidden, and mystery is exactly what admission would disrupt. Revealing their attracted, starts revealing their mystery, starts showing their hand, starts making them known while your mystery remains. And so they're turned on by not fully knowing you, pursue proximity, ask questions, try to understand, while refusing to admit mystery attracts, because maintaining their own mystery feels safer than mutual revelation. Your passion, whatever you're passionate about, work, creativity, cause, hobby, belief, the energy you bring when discussing it, the aliveness that emerges, the animation, the fire, the intensity, the commitment, the caring deeply about something. Passion is magnetic, shows you're alive, shows you care about things, shows you have depth, shows you're not apathetic, shows you invest fully when something matters. And passion attracts people who want that energy directed toward them, who want to matter to you the way your passions matter, who want to create that same intensity in romantic context. So they're turned on by your passion, watch you when you're animated, ask about what you care about, try to engage with your interests while afraid to admit passion attracts, because admission is asking to become your passion, is revealing they want that intensity directed at them. Your strength, not just physical, emotional strength, resilience, your ability to handle difficulty, to survive challenges, to keep going when things are hard, to maintain boundaries, to recover from setbacks, to not collapse under pressure. Strength is attractive because it signals capability, signals they wouldn't have to carry you, signals partnership would be mutual, signals you can handle life, signals you won't break. And strength is intimidating for people who want to be needed for rescue, who define their value through being stronger, who need partners' weakness to feel important. So they're turned on by your strength, respect you for it, rely on it maybe, trust it while afraid. To admit strength attracts because admission reveals they don't need rescuing you. Reveals they want equal, not dependent. Your authenticity, how you're actually yourself, how you don't perform, how you say what you mean, how you're honest about feelings and thoughts and preferences, how you don't hide to please, how you don't conform to expectations, how you're real. Authenticity is rare. Most people perform. Most people manage image. Most people hide to be accepted. You don't, or you do less, and that realness is refreshing, is magnetic, is trustworthy, and authenticity demands authenticity. Being near someone real makes performance feel exhausting, makes hiding feel inadequate, makes pretending feel obvious. So they're turned on by your authenticity, drawn to your realness, relaxed in your presence because they can be more real too, while afraid to admit authenticity attracts because Admission requires being authentic about attraction, requires dropping performance of neutrality. Why they're too afraid to admit it? Because admission shifts dynamic, changes relationship from whatever safe category it's in to something else, creates accountability, creates waiting for your response, creates vulnerability of having revealed themselves, and current ambiguity, current state where attraction exists but isn't named feels safer, allows them to experience pull without risking rejection, allows proximity without commitment, allows wanting without accountability for wanting. Admission ends ambiguity, forces clarity, forces your response, forces decision, and decision creates risk. Risk you say no, risk dynamic changes negatively, risk what exists gets destroyed by attempting more because they're not sure you reciprocate. They sense chemistry, maybe, hope you feel something, but don't know. And not knowing allows hope. Admission without reciprocation ends hope, confirms one sided, creates pain of rejection. So staying silent, staying in hiding, protects from definitive rejection, allows continuing to hope, allows maintaining proximity even if proximity isn't what they ultimately want, because they're afraid of their own intensity, afraid of how much they're attracted, afraid that wanting you this much reveals something about them, reveals need, reveals vulnerability, reveals you matter more than they want to admit you matter. And mattering to them creates power imbalance in their perception, creates you having something over them, creates dependency they don't want to acknowledge. So hiding intensity, pretending attraction is casual when it's not protects them from revealing how much you affect them. What you should do, knowing they're attracted but hiding. Don't force their admission. Don't confront. Don't demand they acknowledge what they're feeling. Don't pressure them to name attraction they're clearly experiencing but not claiming. Forcing admission creates defense, creates denial, creates retreat, creates them doubling down on hiding to avoid pressure. If you want them to admit, create safety for admission, create opening, signal receptivity, make space for them to reveal without demanding they reveal. Do assess whether you're interested. This isn't just about them being attracted, about what they want, about their fear of admission. Are you attracted? Do you want them to admit? Would reciprocating feel good or complicated? Do you want relationship with them or do you prefer current dynamic? Knowing your truth prevents reacting to their attraction without considering whether their attraction serves you. If you are interested, create opening. I've noticed interesting energy between us. Do you feel that too? Simple, direct. Creates space for honest conversation without demanding specific response. Opening gives permission, gives opportunity for mutual acknowledgement, gives escape from hiding if they want escape. If you're not interested, clarify boundaries gently. I value our connection as is. Want to make sure we're on same page that I see this as friendship. Clear boundary serves both, prevents them hoping indefinitely, prevents future complication, prevents leading them on through ambiguity. If you're uncertain, communicate that. I'm not sure what I feel. I need time to understand. Can we just let things develop naturally without pressure? Uncertainty is valid. You don't owe I immediate clarity. You're allowed to need time. Honest uncertainty is fair. And regardless of interest, don't weaponize knowledge of their attraction. Don't use it to manipulate. Don't use it to get attention or favors or validation while having no intention of reciprocating. Don't play with their feelings because you can. Ethical response to someone's hidden attraction is honesty when you know what you feel, is giving them clear signals, is not exploiting their vulnerability for your benefit. The power is yours. It always has been. This is what turns them on about you, but they're too afraid to admit. And when you recognize who this applies to and what specifically attracts them, whether confidence, independence, intelligence, mystery, passion, strength, or authenticity, your job is assessing whether you're interested, creating opening if you want admission, clarifying boundaries if you don't, communicating uncertainty if you need time, and not weaponizing their hidden attraction. Take what resonates, softly release the rest, trust yourself. And listen, their attraction to you is theirs. Their fear of admitting is theirs. Their hiding is their choice. You don't have to manage their feelings. Don't have to make admission easy if you don't want to. Don't have to solve their fear. But if you're interested, if attraction is mutual, create opening, signal receptivity, make space. Because sometimes excellent connections die because both people are waiting for other to admit first, both hiding, both afraid, both wanting, but neither risking. Don't let fear prevent something real. If you want them, give them opening. Create safety, signal interest. Let hiding end, let truth emerge, let attraction become acknowledged. Then see what builds from mutual honesty.